Welcome back. Before we jump into Game 2 of Echo Fox versus Immortals, I want to introduce the NALCS 1 viewers to our newest caster, Clayton, CaptainFlowers Reigns, who just finished up his first cast over on NALCS 2, FlyQuest versus Envy, a Swift 2-0. But how did it feel getting out there and doing it?
Man, it was electric.
Yeah?
Actually casting on the big stage with a cheering crowd right beside you. You're on the desk. You're with the guys that you're normally just watching on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Like casting next to Kobe, it was a phenomenal experience.
Yeah, and that guy's got a lot of energy, too, to match yours. So it was a very exciting cast, to say the least. But, you know, most... if not all of our viewers, will have some idea of who you are because you're slightly Reddit famous for a few plays.
Maybe a little bit.
Earlier in your amateur career as a caster. But I want to know where the journey started. You know, where did you even, what was the impetus for wanting to become a caster?
Well, you know, I've been playing League of Legends since 2009, like back when the game came out. I don't have the Bowser Rammus skin, but I've got the UFO Corki, so I can at least take that claim to fame. But I've been playing the game for a long time. I've always enjoyed playing the game, and it was something where when I was trying to kind of figure out where I wanted to go in life, having graduated college but not really settled into a career path,
right?
Some friends and family were like, "Hey, you like League of Legends? You like this whole like competitive gaming thing? See what you can do with it." And as a Skarner one trick, you can't go pro. That doesn't happen. That doesn't work.
No, not so much. Especially not in the 10-ban system.
No, not in the 10-ban system. You can't play the game.
Right.
So I was pretty much like, hey, let's give this a shot. And I started in summer 2015. I was doing solo casts of my friends playing solo queue. And I evolved through amateur leagues and worked my way up to
you say friends, family, and of course then you had support from the internet itself. But friends and family, I mean, a lot of people still are looking at this industry that's growing and evolving, and some people still have reservations about, you know, the legitimacy of career paths in esports. But you had support from your family, so talk to me about that and, you know, kind of the upbringing that allowed you to take a risk to some degree in moving into this unknown space that's ever growing and changing.
You know, I'm actually incredibly fortunate to have the people surrounding me that I do have surrounding me. My dad especially was someone who, despite the fact that he doesn't know really anything about League of Legends, right? Like he's tried to watch the streams, like, I don't know what's going on with this, but I'm still tuning in.
Yeah.
He encouraged me, like he was somebody, he went through all the work, he built himself up to be a successful person. He was like, if you can find something that you love to do, just do it. Just shoot for it. And so that's what I did. When I got first started with this, even just starting off with casting, I was like, you know, League of Legends, that's the game I want to cast. But, you know, this is the biggest game in the world. This is the game that's got the most viewers, the most everything. And I was like, do I even have a shot at this? And if you asked me a year and a half ago, I would have said, hell no.
Right.
But I figured, you know, if you're going to go as big as you can. And here I am talking to you on the desk.
Well, and like you said, you put the work in, and this is where I want to now go to back to that kind of Reddit fame, you know, for a bit, which is that, you know, it was a lot of time, effort, and work that you put into all of these amateur casts until you finally got recognized. What was it like in that moment when the Reddit community, the larger league community and the esports community got behind you and said, we like this guy, we want to see him on the LCS broadcast?
That was just the coolest, because what happened, you know, for a long time I was casting these like very small tournaments, very contained pretty much, right? The first thing I ever cast, and I tell this to all the people who ask me about it, the first thing I ever cast was a random thing I found on the forums 20 minutes before it started for 8 viewers, 5 of which were the guys putting it on.
Nice.
So I came from a situation where I wasn't used to having a lot of viewers, used to having a lot of eyes, and one of the amateur leagues that I cast for, there was a clip where I was casting a Baron fight. It went viral overnight, and I had all these people on Reddit saying, hey, we really like this. We really like what you're doing.
Right.
And it just turned into this really cool experience that was that much more motivation to just keep going and get to the point that I'm at now.
All right, final question, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but do you have a most memorable moment from your very first NALCS cast from today?
From my very first NALCS, well, the one that people have not let me forget about as it was happening, there was a team fight in the upper part of the river.
Yeah.
And it was just going absolutely crazy. Like Apollo was getting off so much damage fight after, and I'm doing the motion right now because it's the motion I did. But he's putting arrow after arrow into these guys, and I did that motion I was casting and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And as it finished, I was looking at Kobe laughing, and I was like, God, I hope they don't put that on the thing where they show the casters. And then sure enough, as soon as I'm walking back after the cast is done.
Yeah, you can't trust these people
no,
who run the show.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I had 4 or 5 different people say, hey, you see this?
Yeah,
and
that's
so
awesome.
it was great.
Hey, you're feeling it in your body, you're getting excited. That's half the battle there when casting League of Legends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Clayton Reigns. We're more than happy to have him joining the NALCS team. It is now time to rejoin the casters, though, to take us into Game 2 of Echo Fox versus Immortals. Take it away, gentlemen. Thank you very much.